Hey guys, welcome to Consoleland. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Today on the channel we're going to be doing an SSD upgrade on this PlayStation 4 Slim. Now for those of you who don't know what an SSD drive is, it's a solid state drive and it's much faster than the standard drives that are in the PlayStations. So it really does make a massive difference to the performance of your PlayStation from the original PlayStation right the way through to the Pro. Every one of them has got a noticeable difference on performance after you've done this mod or upgrade. It is worth noting that it's the same process on all of the PS4 consoles from the original to the Slim to the PS Pro. The only difference is the way you access the drives is slightly different on each model. The original, you slide the shiny part of the lid away to reveal the drive bays. The Pro, you remove one small clip at the back and remove a screw, and the Slim we're going to come on to in just a second. So let's take a look at what we're going to need to complete this upgrade. The first thing obviously is a PlayStation 4 and any model, as I've already mentioned. The second thing you're going to need is an SSD drive. I've chose to go with a 500 gig, so it's a like for like size wise for the Slim. You can go up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes, it's entirely up to you, it all depends on costs. These drives can range for the 500 gig up to from about 80 or 90 pounds. If you want a terabyte, it's about 120 to 130, and the 2 terabytes are close to 200 pounds, but it's entirely up to you what one you want to go for. The next thing we're going to need is a USB 3 external hard drive. Now you must make sure that you've got enough space left on this drive to back up all of your data on your PS4, and if you're running a 500 gig console, that's probably going to be at least 500 gig. Plus you need about a gig and a half to 2 gig for the actual upgrade file itself. So just make sure you've got sufficient space on that drive and you should be fine. The next thing we're going to need is a standard PS4 controller and the USB lead. This is quite important we have these because part of the process requires that you plug your controller back into the console via the lead, and if you haven't got the lead you're not going to be able to get past that part of the process. So make sure you've got that USB lead. If not, get yourself one as soon as you can. The final thing we're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver, and that's the only tool we're going to need to complete this process. Okay, so before we begin, we need to make sure we've got our PlayStation backed up. One of the things we need to do first of all is make sure that our trophies or achievement is backed up, and we do that by going to Trophies on the menu and clicking on the Options button on the joypad and choosing Sync with PlayStation Network. That then synchronises all your trophies and achievements with the PlayStation Network, and that's those backed up. Now we go to Settings. We scroll all the way down to System, and then from System we scroll all the way down to Backup and Restore. Once in there we choose Backup PS4. You choose the drive that you've got plugged into your console, which is a USB drive, and now you've got the option to choose what you want to back up. I'm going to leave it as default and back up everything, but as you can see you can go through these menus and choose individual applications if you want to back up certain applications. So it does give you a lot of choice of what you back up or what you don't back up. The minimum I'd say is save data, your captures, your themes and your settings. As a minimum, probably would need to do everything. On this occasion I am going to do everything. So once you've selected what you want to do, you just click next, and then you can give it a name or just leave it as it is, and then click on the backup. Once you've done that, it will prepare the backup, and then it will restart your console and start the backup. So once your console is restarted, it will be in the backup mode and it will be backing up your PS4 to the external hard drive. Now this process can take quite a while, on average between 2 and 4 hours, depending on how much data and how many games you're backing up. If you are just backing up your settings and your save data, it can be really quick and take a few minutes, but on this occasion it's going to take around about 3 hours. So we're going to skip through this and I'll see you in a second. So with the magic of editing, we've got 5 seconds left. Once it gets to the end of the process, it will tell you the backup's been completed successfully. And then when you click OK, your PlayStation will restart again. Once the PlayStation has restarted, you will just need to power the machine down completely and disconnect all of the cables and put it to one side until a bit later on when we're going to actually do our SSD upgrade. But one thing we need to do before we're ready to do the SSD upgrade is download the latest version of the software. To do that, you go to the website that's on the screen, playstation.com/en-us/support/system-updates/PS4. You can also get to this by going to Google and just typing in latest PS4 operating system download, and it will take you to this page as well. The version we're downloading today is 7.50, and that was the latest at the time of filming this video. The section we need to go to is PS4 Complete System Software File. One of the things it mentions as a requirement here is our USB drive or flash drive. Now again, as I mentioned, we've got our USB drive and we're going to put both the update and the backup on that, and it works absolutely fine. Step 1 of the download instructions refers to creating a PS4 folder on your drive or USB stick. We don't need to do that because the backup process from earlier has already done that for us. We will need to create an update folder, but we'll come on to that in a bit later in the video. So the first we're going to do from here is click on the download link in option 2, and that will download the operating system onto our computer. Once the download's completed, it should download into your downloads folder. I'm using a Mac, but you can use a PC, it works just the same. And you'll see the file here, PS4 update.pup, all in capital letters. What we don't want to see is a number at the end. So if your file looks like this, or it's just got the number without the brackets, we need to rename it in capital letters to PS4 update.pup. And as you can see, this file should be 1.05 gig. So for 7.50 version of the operating system, you should be making sure that it's 1.05 gig. To copy the file to our USB hard disk, we need to plug our USB hard disk into our computer, and you'll see that it appears on the screen as it does here. And you'll already see you've got that PS4 folder, and in also export and then backup. That's where our backup's currently stored. We don't need to worry about that, we know that's safe. We go back to our PS4 folder, and in our PS4 folder, underneath this export folder, we create a folder called update, all in capital letters, update. Go into that folder and we simply drag our PS4 operating system file into the update folder. So from the external hard disk, you should have a folder on the root of the hard disk called PS4 in capital letters, and then inside PS4 you should create an update folder, again all in capital letters, and then we simply drag our operating system file from our computer to our external hard disk. And there you can see the folder is there and the file is inside. We can now disconnect our external hard disk and start the upgrade. So on the back of our PS4 you'll notice a plastic cover. We simply slide that off and it comes off really easily, it just pops off, and then you'll see one screw. All you need is that Phillips screwdriver to loosen that screw, and then the actual drive itself should pull out on this plastic tab. Put the console to one side for now, and you'll notice the drive's held in by 4 screws. We're going to simply undo those screws, and now we're going to get our new drive. And now we're going to pay some attention to the way in which the pins are on the actual drive. So the new drive needs to go in the same direction as the old drive. So just make sure you've got that in your memory. Take the old drive out. Put the new drive in. Again, pins upwards. And now replace the screws. So once all the screws are in and all nice and tight, all you do is slot the drive face up as it is here into the console. and just make sure it's nice and secure in there. Just push it in, and then we take our securing screw, and we just put the securing screw back into the side of the console. And once the screw is in place, we simply replace the black retaining clip, and that's the new hard disk installed. Okay, so now we're going to need our external hard disk and our USB wire for our controller and our controller. So connect all the power and the HDMI cables up to your PS4. Grab your external hard disk that you've got the update file on and our backup, and just plug it into one of the front ports on your PS4. And then take your controller and USB cable for it and plug that into the other port that's on the front of your PS4. Now we need to start our console in safe mode. So to do that, we're going to hold the power button, and the first press you'll hear the audible beep. Hold it for around about 7 seconds, and then you should hear a second beep. Once you've done that, your system will boot and it will boot into safe mode. Once your PS4 is restarted, it will be in safe mode, and you want to choose option number 7, initialize PS4. The next screen will tell you that your USB drive is connected and that it has a version of the operating system on there, and you want to click OK. This next screen warns you that all of your user data will be deleted. That's fine, we've got it backed up and it's an empty drive anyway, so we just click OK. Now the installation starts and it will initialize. It will prepare the update system for software. And finally, it will install the latest version of our OS onto our PS4 from our external hard disk. Once this is complete, it will restart your console again, and you will be switching the console on for the first time with a fresh OS on your new hard disk. So you're going to need to connect that DualShock controller to the PlayStation now via the cable, and click on the PS button. We can choose all the defaults for these because they're going to get overridden by our backup from earlier, so just click next and next. Again, we can skip this section and we can click next. We can just set the time if we want to, or just click next and click next, and again click next, and then confirm and continue. And now the console will restart once you've clicked accept, and it will load into our clean profile of user 1. Click on the PS button, select user 1, and we can skip this step. And there's our new profile on our new PS4 operating system on our brand new SSD drive. So we're going to restore now. We're going to go to settings, all the way down to system. At this point, don't forget to make sure our USB drive is still connected. Scroll all the way down to backup and restore. And this time we're going to choose restore PS4, choose our drive, and select the backup that we done earlier, and then choose restore. Confirm that you want to restore your backup, and then the console will restart. Once it's restarted, it will prepare the restore process, and it will start the restoration of your backup. So restoring it is significantly quicker than backing it up, because obviously we've got the SSD drive, and it almost halves the time. Once it's restored, it will restart your console, and your console will load in with your old profile. Click on confirm and continue. And then your profile will load as it was before, but this time you're now using a super fast SSD. You will need to sign into the PlayStation Network to finalize everything, but that's it. That's the process done. You've now got super fast SSD, and this is definitely a worthwhile process for anyone that is experiencing slow performance from their PlayStation 4, from the standard right the way through to the Pro. Every single model will benefit from this mod. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you have, drop a subscribe and a like down below, and leave some comments if you'd like. And don't forget to check out our social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram. And we'll see you next time on Console Land.